Hello everyone and welcome to another debt payoff video. Kind of an update on my debt confession. Basically this video is going to be going over exactly how much debt I was able to pay off in February. So yeah, let's get into it. I do have my spreadsheet here that I use. I've left my starting balance and my January numbers on just so we can look back what happened in the first month of the year and compare it to February. I have also added a few additional rows to this spreadsheet since the last time I showed it, just based off some comments. One person in particular said it would be interesting to have an interest paid comment, and I loved that idea. Definitely will be a bit of a depressing row, I think, just because, yeah, that money's going towards nothing. But yeah, will be hopefully good to see how much interest I'm paying now compared to in a year's time. Hopefully that interest amount is a lot less. Before I just start getting to the numbers, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has liked, commented and subscribed to my channel. I'm actually now have 100 subscribers, which is very, very exciting. So yeah, thank you. Okay, into our numbers. So my first debt is my business debt, which is the one I have been putting all of my money towards. So in February, I was able to pay $700.05. And this debt doesn't actually have any interest. So all of that went towards the principal and nothing went towards interest. So that is a nice, easy one. Now my current balance left on this debt is $3,023.95. So when I saw that, I was like really wishing I had an extra, $24 to put towards this to get under that $3,000 mark. But I didn't. So that will be something that, yeah, it'd be nice to see that go under 3,000 next month in March. Overall, since starting on this debt payoff journey, that debt has come down $1,510.02. And progress-wise, we are 33.3% of the way, so a third of the way towards getting this paid off. So that is very exciting. I do have my visual trackers that I use that I'll pop up on the screen. So for this one, I have a little game board tracker. Last month, I think I had coloured in 17 squares. This month, with the amount I was able to pay, if I'm able to colour in another 15. So we have 32 squares in total coloured in now. I'm trying to do a little bit of a rainbowish theme going up around this board, so hopefully it looks good as we get towards the end. Moving on to my first credit card. So in February, I paid $109.01. For my 3 credit cards that I'm going to talk about next, I just aim to pay the minimum, or usually a few dollars just over the minimum, so that way I can end on like a more even number, just to make my maths a bit easier. So the minimum for this is around $100, but I put $109.01 just to get to that even number. In terms of principal, $50 off that went towards principal, and $59.01 went towards interest, which means my current balance remaining is $4,730. Overall, since the beginning of the year, I've paid off $95.29. And that is 1.97% paid off. So yep, slow and steady. That one will get there. This one, I have my balloon visual tracker, and actually finally was able to colour off the first balloon, as last month I wasn't able to colour anything, but now we finally have one coloured in. Moving on to my second credit card. In February, I paid $118.11 towards this card. Only $20 of that actually went towards principal, and $98.11 went towards interest. And this really, really shocked me, only because in January you can see a lot less went towards interest and a lot more went towards principal, and I couldn't figure out why that had happened for the longest time. And then as I sat down and thought about it, I realized that, yeah, up until the very end of last year, I was using this credit card for every single one of my expenses. So I would constantly be, taking money out of it and then putting it back in, like every single expense, to buy food, to buy anything personal, even to pay all my bills. I would do it all out of this card. So even though my credit card was always, up around near $6,000 owing on it, the way my interest works on this card is the interest doesn't kick in until 45 days past when you made the purchase. So while I always owed around $6,000, because I kept replenishing the money very frequently, actually interest wasn't accruing on all of that $6,000. It was mainly only accruing on maybe like $3,000. So yeah, but now this year I've completely stopped using it. Yeah, I just don't use it at all anymore. So now the interest is actually accruing on the total balance. So that was a bit disheartening, but I'm happy not to be using it for now, I think. That means this month, my current balance now on that card is $5,760, so I just went down that $20 this month. And in total, it's come down $90 since beginning, and it's 1.54% of the way paid off. This one, I'll pop my visual tracker up on the screen, but we still can't yet colour anything in on this. We will get there eventually. My third credit card, I put $280.01 towards, and similar to my second credit card, this one also had more interest come out this month than in January, just once again because the 45 days had passed and now interest is accruing on the total amount. So in February, only $95 went towards the principal and $185.01 went towards interest. And my current balance left remaining is $8,505. And in total, I have paid off $231.79, and that is 2.65% of the way paid off. My tracker for this one is the Detress tracker from Debt Free Charts. There are lots of free charts on that website, so if you're looking just for some simple visual trackers to get started, I do recommend that website. I previously had 3 little Tetris pieces coloured in and were able to add 2 more towards that today, so now have 5 total. Next, my bigger debts, so my personal loan. So in February, 2 automatic payments came out, and they totaled $427.80. Towards principal was $227.31, and $200.49 went towards interest. My current balance on these ones is now $18,457.96. So this loan is not an even number because these are just automatic payments that are automatically deducted from my bank account, so I'm not worried about evening these out at the moment. My overall change since the beginning of the year is $666.11, and I'm 3.48% of the way towards paying that off. My tracker for this one is another kind of board game, and last month in January I'd coloured in 2 squares, as you can see, and I was able to colour in 1 more today. I'm thinking of doing a bit of a rainbow theme for this one. I think something I'm enjoying is just having a bit of a different theme for all of these visual trackers just to keep it interesting. So this one I'm just planning to do rainbow all the way up. Now my last bit of consumer debt is my family loan, and if you've been watching my channel, you know I'm actually not contributing to this at all at the moment. So $0 was paid towards it. That means the balance is still $25,000 and nothing has changed since the beginning of the year. While I have not been paying towards this, I have mentioned in the past that I will have to start paying on this mid-year. However, there has been some changes with that plan, so I will actually have to start paying on this sooner than expected. Basically, my mum was going to be moving into her house in June, July, and then I would have to start paying her money then when she had a mortgage again. However, she's decided to purchase a different apartment, so that means she is now moving much sooner. I think it will be within the next 4 weeks maybe. So likely by the end of March I will have to start paying on this again. So that will have to fit that into the budget, but we'll make it work, I'm sure. And for this chart, because nothing has been paid, you can see my cute little bumblebee chart there, but nothing is coloured in yet. Now for the totals. So this is always the exciting part for me, just to see those numbers go down. So in total in February, I was able to put $1,634.98 towards debt. It's not quite as much as I did in January. So in January it was $1,950. So it was about $300 less, but it's a bit of a shorter month. There was more bills. I'm just, happy to still be making that number go down. Out of that money, $1,092.36 went to principal and $540.62 went towards interest. So still $1,000 less, which actually takes our current balance down to $65,476.91. So I am super excited next month to hopefully get that under the $65,000. I feel like every $5,000 mark is like a milestone in my head. So happy with where we are, but can't wait to get under that 65 to hit like on that first milestone. That's just like a psychological thing in my head. In total, since the beginning of this year, I've paid off $2,593.21, and I am 3.81% of the way to being consumer debt free. So it's coming along. Now some graphs just to represent all of this. So I do have a little, I guess this is a column graph, and it actually looks really not that fun. Here, I guess the scaling might be a bit off, but there is a slight decline. You can see over these from the start of January to the end of January to the end of February. So hopefully the more months goes into this, it will look like it is going steadily down. And then this other little pie chart I actually added in extra since January is just a pie chart about how close I am to paying off my debt. So you can see 3.81% is done, and then 96.19% I still have to go to pay off my debt. So I'm hoping that this dark green section continues to grow, and then eventually it will be entirely filled in, and that means I'll be debt free, well, at least consumer debt free. So that is my debt update. Please leave me any other suggestions or comments down below, and otherwise I will see you in the next video. Bye.